What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Minty, and in today's video I will be showing you the top 5 must-have vehicles in 2020. I've done a couple of videos similar to this in the past, but this video will be a complete top 5 list of the best vehicles to buy in 2020. I hope you enjoy. By the way, do not click the link in the description that says to not click it. Number 5. The B11 Strike Force. The B11 Strike Force is a jet that has a decent speed, but that's not what it's mostly good at. It is one of the best dogfighters in the game. Some people will call it the best, some people will call it like the second best or the third best. Definitely in the top 3 best jets for dogfighting. Because in dogfighting, top speed doesn't matter, it's more about maneuverability. And this plane is probably one of the most agile planes out there. Maybe like up there with like the pyro and the laser. It is extremely weaponized as well, and it's really good for air-to-ground combat. So you've got bombs that you can drop from the plane. You've got missile barrages. You've got homing missiles, and you've got an explosive cannon. It's not like the one on the laser on the hinder, which is a death beam, but it's still pretty deadly. And it's also really armored. It can take like 6 missiles or something like that, which is really good. Now, you may have seen some other people's videos and it said, yes, it takes 6 missiles before it blows up, but after like 2 missiles, the plane is really like unable to be used. Like it just flies around everywhere. And that's true, but I personally have experienced myself crashing into the ground and the plane survives. It doesn't blow up. Like crashing into the side of a building or like a light pole or something, it stays. It doesn't blow up. It's actually insane. It just feels so weird. It feels like the Avenger, which never blows up. So it's really armored and a really good plane to get. The next vehicle is the FH-1 Hunter. It is an attack helicopter, and it is one of the fastest, if not the fastest, weaponized helicopter in the game. It is also extremely weaponized, with barrage missiles, bombs, homing missiles, and an explosive turret which the passenger can use. It is good, once again, for air-to-ground combat, with, the barrage missiles, the explosive turret, and the bombs. It's also extremely maneuverable and can turn around quite quickly, and it can also fight other helicopters. The third vehicle on this list, or number 3, is the Vigilante. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it has the highest top speed of any car in the game, which is pretty cool. It is probably the most powerful boost in the game, and it also has the best missiles in the game. It has the missiles which are on the Ruin 2000 and the Deluxe. So they will never miss unless you duck behind like a building or something like really quickly so it hits the building. But if you're out in the open fighting oppressors, fighting jets, it will 100 or 99.9% of the time hit, unless they're like insane pilots or drivers and can dodge these missiles. But even if the missiles miss, they will wrap around and it's actually really cool to watch. It wraps around the target until they are near enough to, and they just blow themselves up and they do splash damage to the vehicle, which is pretty cool. It is also a really fun vehicle to drive, boosting around the city, going up mountains and boosting and just going flying into the air. It's actually pretty fun to drive. And also it can be used in heists. I would say it's the best vehicle to use in heists. Maybe the Vigilante and the Insurgent Pickup Custom are the best vehicles to use in heists. And guess what? Number 4 on this list is the Insurgent Pickup Custom. Now, it is one of the most armored vehicles in the game, if not the most armored. I'm not sure how it compares to the MOC and the Avenger, but it can take a bit over 20 missiles, so you're pretty much never going to blow up unless you have an army of 10 oppressors trying to blow you up. Because one oppressor, it only has 20 missiles, so it won't be able to blow up unless it goes away and respawns another oppressor, which is cool. It also has an insanely good turret, which the passenger can use. It's not explosive or anything, but it does really good damage to helicopters and vehicles. If you have good aim. It has decent speed. It's not the slowest thing in the world, but you know, it's not a supercar. It's not like fast, but you know, it has decent speed and pretty good acceleration. It also has a pretty high top speed. And also it's a really, really heavy vehicle. Like, it can't be picked up by the cargo bot, which, you know, it's not really much of a huge deal. But it means it can plow through traffic without slowing down much at all, which is really nice. And the fifth vehicle on this list, or number 1, is the Terabyte. It is basically a mobile office. You can launch missions from anywhere on the map. So what I like to do with it is when I'm doing my import-export missions, I park my Terabyte up near up near Vinewood and stuff like that, because that's where most of the missions go. And if not there, sometimes they're at like the power station or somewhere in Sandy Shores. But 99% of the time, they're actually in Vinewood. So you start up the mission, and you're pretty much within 0.2 miles of where you have to pick up the car. So that's insane. You can also do like specific missions for the Terabyte. They're called client jobs. They're kind of like VIP missions, but they pay 10k more, which is really nice. My favorite one is diamond shopping, which the world record for completing it is like 50 seconds or something. The way to complete it fast is you start the mission. Instead of actually driving your Terabyte there and doing the drone stuff and all that, start the mission, just memorize where the jewelry shop is. So start the mission, go to the jewelry shop, just go inside, shoot everyone down, collect the diamonds, and deliver them. If you're good, you can do that in around a minute, and like 32k for a minute is really good. So I would recommend getting a Terabyte if you're a grinder and you want to make some money. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you later.